He's Red Sparrow, an officer of the Russian intelligence service.
Trained to seduce and manipulate.
They gave me no choice.
Make these men pay. There's something else we're not seeing.
Hey everybody, it's me, Roy the Movie Guy, and I got another great podcast for you. With me, as always, is
Joe B.
And we're going to be talking about the new Jennifer Lawrence movie, Red Sparrow. Now, I got a chance to see this movie back on January 31st of this year. One of the select few people that actually got to see it. I actually got an email saying you're invited to a special advanced screening of this movie. I did not think there was going to be a lot of people there, and it turns out there was a lot of people that was there because of the way that the letter entailed, saying that you couldn't bring a guest. Like most screeners, it's like you and a guest, but this one says you do not get to bring any guests. It's just for one person, and it had a code and all this other stuff, and you had to, when I got there, to fill out paperwork and sign a non-disclosure agreement that I wouldn't talk about the movie until it gets close to the release date or when the review embargo gets lifted. So before I started doing this podcast with Joe right now, we checked, we went online to see when the review embargo got lifted, and of course it got lifted on February 20th, I believe it said. So I'm going to go ahead and now talk about this movie, which I got to see. So, first impressions after seeing the movie, I thought it was pretty good. It's not the kind of movie that I necessarily go out of my way to see, these kind of movies, but the whole premise of this movie, Jennifer Lawrence, of course, she is a Russian ballerina. She gets hurt. Her uncle basically recruits her to join what's called the Red Sparrows. Basically, she's only doing this because they were going to provide for her mom, who is sick. But in the whole aspect of the movie that's great is that the training, the stuff that they have them do to become a sparrow. And it's not just women, it's men and women. And they basically have them use their bodies of subduction and other stuff to get intel on whatever asset they have them do. There is nudity in this movie. Jennifer Lawrence does get nude in this movie. Now, this was a rough cut that we saw in the movie, so I don't know how much of it they were going to show more of or take away less, but, the movie is rated R. So that's basically the premise there. And then she doesn't want to be in this life. So she's trying to figure out a way how to get out of this life. And everybody is basically just using her all the time, but she doesn't know who to trust. And there is a great twist in the movie, which obviously I will not say. The movie also stars Joel Edgerton. If you don't know who Joel Edgerton is, if you've seen him in the movie Warrior with Tom Hardy, where he played his brother, they were fighting each other in an MMA movie.
Oh, okay, that guy.
And then, of course, he was just recently in that movie Bright with Will Smith. He played the alien that was the cop partner of his in that movie Bright on Netflix. And he's got a new movie coming out called Gringo with Charlize Theron.
Gringo.
Yep. So you should definitely check out the trailer to that. It looks very funny. Now, going back to Red Sparrow, so while I was there waiting in line with all these people and stuff like that, I managed to chat up with a couple of people there while we were waiting in line and just basically talking about, like, have you ever been to a screening like this before and all that kind of stuff. And there was two people in particular that I was in line with, and we were, chatting up, and their names are Zach and Princess. Now, the one thing I can't remember about the two, besides they were very nice people, is I don't remember if they were friends or if they were a couple, because they each had their own pass because you couldn't bring a guest. So I don't remember if I asked that question or if it was like, it's not really none of my business. But
yeah, they're probably just kind of going too far deep.
Going too far, just saying like, hey, you guys. So you guys.
What is the nature of your relationship?
Yeah, what's the nature of your relationship, guys?
I want to know.
But I did tell them that I do a podcast, and I told them, I said, I will remember your names and I will mention you guys in the podcast about this Red Sparrow. So guys, I remembered your names and you're now on the podcast. Hopefully you guys like this podcast that we're doing, and you can subscribe, and share it with other people. So the cool thing, after we saw the movie, me and Zach and Princess were part of a 20 people that they asked what we thought about the movie, different scenes, stuff like that. And we got to participate and mention stuff. And I remember when I was talking to Zach, I actually told him that this isn't the kind of movie I was going to buy to watch again. It was fine. I don't think I need to see it again. But his take was, he felt like I probably would buy it and watch it again because there might be certain things that I didn't notice before that I might I said, okay, I can see that. But not enough for me to pay $20 or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's nothing against the movie. It's just it's not my cup of tea as much. But everybody did a great job. Jennifer Lawrence, her Russian accent was pretty good for that. I heard
it sound okay.
At the very beginning, she's doing all this dancing and ballet, and I couldn't tell if it was actually her or not. But I saw some interviews where she said she trained for like months doing these dances with the. And I can't remember what it was called. Do you know what they called them over there? The Russian the ballet dancers over there.
I think they're called like the Russian ballet or something.
No, there was a different name. It wasn't just Russian ballet.
It was like a Russian name or something.
The Bolshoi,
the Bolshoi, the Bolshoi.
Yeah, the Bolshoi.
Yeah.
See, you knew.
Yeah.
You're a history buff. You know this kind of stuff. But I couldn't. But she mentioned that, and I was just like, I don't know if that's a Russian like term for ballet. Like if that's what that means is ballet, but in Russian.
No, it's probably like it's probably just a name of that ballet group. Yeah, or organization.
Well, this movie's kind of more your cup of tea, Joe. Like you would watch it. Not necessarily like I got to buy this movie and watch it because I know you like the other Boleyn. What is it?
What time period does this Red Sparrow take place? What time period is it?
Nowadays. It's not. Modern. It's not. Yeah, it's not. It's not back in the past. It's set in modern times and everything like that. So, but like I said, great movie. There was a couple of parts here and there that were a little slow, but not too much to really pull me out. Jennifer Lawrence, obviously, she's very gorgeous in the movie. She, you know what I mean? If you want to see it just because you want to see her naked, I mean, I can understand that, but the movie is actually good. Joel Edgerton does a really good job.
Yeah, I like that guy. He was in The Gift too. He's good.
That's right. He actually wrote. Didn't he write and direct that movie too?
Yeah,
I believe.
He's good.
So anyway, guys, that's pretty much what I got for Red Sparrow. I mean, it does come out March 2nd. I did enjoy it. Not enough, like I said, to buy it. But then again, that's a lot of movies. I don't really buy a lot of movies now that I have Vudu.
Vudu.
And thanks again to Zach and Princess. I just want to say that to you guys. Thanks for taking the time. We just sat there and chatted and waited for the movie to start, basically. So made a couple of good friends up there. I ran into them again in another screening. That was their second time going to a movie screening, as a matter of fact.
Oh, cool.
They told me their very first one was called Let's Be Cops. And that was a while ago. I believe that's the name of the movie they said they saw, which was a while ago. So anyway, take care, everybody. Thanks for listening to this podcast. Go check out Red Sparrow on March 2nd. Okay. As for me, I'm Roy the Movie Guy, and take care. Stay chill. Stay awesome, guys.